That's right. It's another late night, which means it's time for another reach into the Just Giggle grab bag. And tonight we're pulling out. Ouch! Oh god, that's hot. Hot. Let me pull this out here. Hot day. Just Giggle sketch number 28. What do you know?
Yeah, this isn't hot off the presses, Dragon. This is very much kind of like at the bottom of the grab bag, right?
Yeah, it's getting awfully spacious down there, but again, a few new things been popping up there. The old magic Santa bag, that is the grab bag, is sometimes there's some prizes in there, but it's getting quite low. I'm a little concerned.
So, how many do we have left after this, Dragon? What's the official tally?
Well, I mean, in terms of what we have, unless any new things drop in our laps, we have physically one thing left.
Oh boy! So this is technically, unless something drops in the next week, it's technically the penultimate episode of the grab bag.
It is we're not doing gag reels, so yes, it is the penultimate. It's the penultimate grab bag. Yes.
Dragon, I was kind of thinking of making the grab bag like in terms of what we could do post grab bag. We've thrown around ideas of maybe looking into the careers of JGI players and the stuff they've done outside of JGI. What do you think of polling some of the JGI people we're in contact with and asking them what some of their favorite sketches are?
Well, do you mean of the stuff we haven't covered yet?
No. I mean like basically like expand the grab bag out into like covering comedy sketches that JGI sort of got their roots from.
I get you. Like JGI approved sketches. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
exactly.
There you go. I mean, look, if they're willing to throw some our way, by all means. But I mean, also, again, we have some odds and ends from some of the JGI players as well. But I like that, just kind of filling in the spaces until kind of the space between spaces until we get some new sketches going here. Because of course, what we do have to look forward to. I mean, I don't know if these are going to be edited in this order, folks, but it sounds like we're getting the heightened episode next, which sounds very exciting. Heightened episode, I believe, written by Katie Mary Garland, Piper Henson. We have that and the Why So's. Why So's is kind of the big one they've been teeing up here. They're promising this one's going to be really funny.
Yeah, we'll see if it's just Tommy Wiseau impressions or if JGI goes the extra mile, and I'm sure they will, and kind of like does the Emerald like kick it up a notch thing of what they usually do with their sketches.
And of course, folks, we're well aware once we get the remaining sketches and so on and so forth that's in the famed Joshua Thomas Prince vault of kind of sketches in development and being worked on, so to speak. We know at the moment kind of a universal hold going on, a little bit of kind of a respite of sketch making, let's call it. JGI, they're bustling with ideas at the moment, very Nick Cage related ideas. They're bustling with them. Unfortunately, production wise, might be a little tricky. But again, rest assured, we're tossing out any JGI approved sketches, some kind of odds and ends stuff like made from the deep catalogs of the work of a young Alexander Ponzio within some of his stuff, some of Joshua Thomas's kind of his more formative years type stuff, and so on and so forth. Beyond that, we got some pitches, we got some ideas, maybe some biopic pitches we've been threatening to make for a while.
Oh my God, the biopic! Yes, the biopic.
I've been casting in the meantime, folks. I've been casting. We're gonna work. We'll do a little workup of something.
The biopic, and then I think even more fun is our potential spin-off movies for certain JGI characters, especially in Armand.
Kind of in the influence like something like the Coneheads, just kind of the sketches kind of going wild, getting the movie. Seriously, folks, watch Coneheads. Doesn't get enough love. Anyway,
I need to watch it. Is it on any streaming service right now?
Well, I mean, I think for a time it was. I don't know if it's currently there. It's worth looking into.
I'll look into it.
Anyway, regardless. So, point being, penultimate sketch. This one particular, A Hot Day was directed and edited by Joshua Thomas and is written by Piper Henson.
All right, and of course it stars. What do you know? A wild Sagar appears.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you're aware of this. JGI made kind of a recent posting. Sagar, as we know, he's been up to things in the meantime, and one of the things, apparently, I had no idea, for the past 10 years, our little Sagar Sagar has been doing this. It's like one of those Vine things, I guess, essentially, where basically he did kind of the next. I call it a next level evolution of beard, where basically
Oh no.
he took a picture of himself for every day for 10 years. It's one of those things. And essentially,
Oh wow.
you get to see him from 10 years ago, kind of the young buck Sagar to Sagar today. You know, post him last time we've seen him on JGI, you know, which is I believe the last time I saw him on JGI was Harley Quinn the Joker on the
Oh.
party. Anyway, so you get to see kind of Sagar post that. I mean, Sagar, I know he has, I believe it's the Bollywood Boys. I believe that's what his podcast is called. He and a friend basically go over some old Bollywood movies. Anyway, so that's what he's been up to recently. Anyway, the point being, kind of this thing was uploaded recently. You can find it on the JGI community page, and you get to see kind of the next level evolution of beards. So like you get to see like all of, like the permutations and the shave off periods, and he's back, and he's it's quite fun.
Nice, nice.
Anyway,
all right. So this is a pretty simple sketch, Dragon. It'll go by pretty quick, I imagine.
Yes. All right, so let's see. So, of course, we start things off with a heartbroken Sagar playing the character of James, who is reeling and monologuing over a photo of his girlfriend, Kim, who's recently left him. Of course, Kim in photographic form is portrayed, photographically, mind you. It's not kind of an aid performance, but, you know, it's kind of like, hey, look who it is. Nicole Stone.
Ah, Nicole Stone.
Nice. Yes.
And Dragon, of course, it's not like the name Kim is resonating with any of us watching Better Call Saul right now.
Oh,
it's
God,
not like
no.
it's not like we're worried for the life of someone named Kim right now.
Yep, not like that at all. No, we're not at all. It's kind of gripping the edge of our seats right now. Anyway. Anyway, so Kim Wexler's aside, back to the Kim that matters.
I had to point it out once.
Yep. Anyway, so Nicole Stone playing Kim here. She is basically we see a Sagar who's early in the beard process, by the way, not clean shaven, but he's kind of in the early metamorphosis of beard, just kind of track that old evolution.
I'd say that's about a 3-month grow, or I'm sorry, a 3-week grow right there.
Yeah,
if I were to judge.
Depending on his hormonal balance, I guess. I don't know. Beard science. Anyway. So let's see. So I just basically he's quoting how the end of the relationship went, and/or text or phone call went. Like, it sounds like it was bad. I'm going to assume it was via text or something. I just fell in love. It was kismet. Oh God, I love when he uses kismet. Because you know what else is kismet? Me banging another hot girl.
Oh God.
Today,
man.
Of course, his goals. I'm gonna find a girl today, and he tears
and of course, he's clutching a bottle of Jack Daniels, I think.
Yeah.
Tears up the photo, and that's a great lead into the JGI search bar.
Yes,
just the photo tearing, and then the transition to the search bar. Nice.
Yes. I really like our title, by the way. I like, with the, I love how it's a kind of a double joke where you have like just kind of the traditional hot damn, and you have hot damn, and of course hot damn. I love even better because basically the whole thing's about kind of an interruptus, sort of, so to speak. It's like, hot day, and if we interrupted, it's like, I don't know what I was thinking there. Just kind of that's what really cracks me about the title.
Yeah.
So one thing I want to mention before we get into this too, this sketch reminds me a lot of an SNL sketch, and in terms of I've seen they did it first, mind you, JGI did it first, but SNL, it's one of the rare times that they did something kind of interestingly similar to this, where I don't know if you've seen it. There's a Margot Robbie back when Suicide Squad was coming out. They had Margot Robbie on SNL, the sketch playing off kind of the appeal of Margot Robbie, and it was I believe it's called The Librarian or something. Where basically she plays.
I haven't seen it now.
It's kind of one of those hot for teachers sort of sketches where basically the idea really attracted, and Bobby Moynihan, I believe. Bobby Moynihan surrounded by like Kenan Thompson, the whole gang, and they're sitting around a table, and basically librarian shows up, and we hear like kind of the Ferris Bueller dun 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 dun, oh my, that whole thing. But basically it turns to oh no as things kind of get much like this sketch. We kind of we kind of lift the curtain back. We kind of peel the curtain back and see oh no. It's very reminiscent of that. And I feel this is kind of like the guerrilla version of something like that. Where again it's very similar. I'll point that maybe a little bit towards the end. All right, so back to the ambiance here. So we're poolside. Quite a nice location, but I really like this location.
It is a nice location, actually. Yeah, now that you mention it.
So we're poolside. Let's see, we have Saga here with his bottle of water, and of course, I know bottles of water are definitely on our minds right now. But let's just focus up here.
Oh my God! Oh Jesus! There's so many weird parallels.
Yeah,
A
maybe
bottle of
we were
water
delayed a
with
week
some-
for a reason. I don't know.
Right.
Maybe Tiki, one could argue that was Kismet. Anyway.
Ah.
So Sagar's poolside, gets a bottle of water, and basically, I love that the bottle of water is there for a practical reason. It's aiding in his spit take for later. It's why the bottle of water is there.
Right.
So interestingly, this sketch, by the way, was we basically had to ask for this sketch back because this sketch, along with I believe I forget if it was the Munchies sketch or not, but this sketch and one other sketch of the ones we've covered recently were not on the JGI video page, and then I assume it was a little copyright thing they had to get straightened out here. So I don't know if what we're about to talk about next was a result of said copyright thing or not, because as Piper Henson makes her glorious entrance, we hear Wild Thing play, and basically you'll notice the audio is quite low and kind of choppy.
Yeah, I noticed that there's another moment where the audio just kind of straight up cuts out too, and I believe we had something like that going on with the Poncio bit.
Yes,
in one of the sketches.
Yeah, which again, if my guess is right, the Munchies thing was the other sketch, and again potentially an audio thing because of the pool. Potentially, I'm not 100% on that. It could just been like that before, and then they just kind of fix something with kind of the video presentation. Tiki and I ourselves have had to kind of work that out with like now. Tiki, by the way, a little fun fact: our thing's fixed now. Like now, the videos are popping up the way they're supposed to. So.
Oh, nice.
That's the thing. That's what I'm talking about. Sometimes unpredictable the way these videos are showing up these days. So I don't know if it was just that or if it was.
Yeah, I was worried about that for a second.
Anyway, so getting back on point here. So again, Piper Henson makes her grand entrance as seemingly, emphasis on seemingly a bombshell in a bikini in slow-mo.
Oh God. And then I love the shot of Sagar just like with his water bottle lifting his sunglasses up, and that to me is like the perennial like hot damn shot of the sketch. He's just like, oh, hello.
And again, that's kind of the oh my.
Right.
All right, so she walks up, Piper Henson, she sits beside him. I'm not going to say her name because that's part of the gag. So. Piper, she walks up, asks if she can sit beside him, and we have a very eager James here. A little victory dance he does when she turns around about to sit down, or her back's turns, like doing little victory dance. Quite funny. So then this is really hilarious. We have the slow-mo imperfection runner, all these imperfection reveals, which so basically the first. Okay, the first we see the first imperfection is the underarm hair. A lot. We're talking folks. We're talking the full Armenian here. So you see the underarm hair, and we're
talking underarm hair that would like turn heads if a guy had this long of underarm hair.
I'm saying this is like it's not just like it's not just like humanism. It's just more just like oh god, it's like we slathered the arm hair under there. It's like this is a comedic amount of underarm hair. So
yeah,
initially,
very much so. Yeah,
but again, initially, James he is repulsed initially, but again, not a deal breaker. And again, he's kind of reaffirming to himself like a mantra: still hotter than Kim. So again, the objective for him is to move on and basically do kind of like a spite in spite of his breakup. It's kind of a spite hookup for the breakup. It's like I'm going to spite my heartbreak. I'm going to move on, darn. I'm going to move on. Nothing's going to stand in my way. I will never go hungry again.
Oh my god.
Anyway, so going with the one references aside. So then we kind of ratchet things up as we tend to do with JGI for the old the old Spinal Tap approach to comedy that JGI.
I gotta tell you, this is maybe going a little too far for me. This is maybe venturing into excitable Spider-Man territory for me.
You're not wrong. I don't disagree with you. But again, per the gag, I see the logic. There's more logic here than there's a Spider-Man.
It's better set up than because an excitable Spider-Man, it's literally just like, I'm not even going to beat around the bush here. Beat around the bush. Excitable Spider-Man is basically a 1.5-minute long cum joke. That's what it is.
Pretty much.
This is like, yeah, she's got an overabundance of hair in her bikini nether regions, Dragon. Let's just put it that way.
Essentially, yes. So she drops the nice little fancy wrap she's wearing, and of course that falls, and we reveal the bikini, and you're thinking like, okay, it's gonna be like the wolf from The Mask, like the eyes are gonna dart out, and that's gonna be Sagar. And no, folks, it doesn't quite go that way. We reveal there's more hair south of the border. This horrifies James. James is horrified. And again, this is what kills me. This is why Piper Henson's she's the Amazon goddess of funny as far as the tones of JGI goes. We like to refer to him as kind of the Holy Trinity. Poncio is the Batman, Joshua Thomas is the Nick Cage Superman, Piper Henson is the Amazon goddess of funny, if you will. I love how she's just still playing it cool, playing it all seductive again, completely unaware that there's something might be amiss in like no insecure. Like that's applaud her for the lack of insecurities, but still maybe kind of down her grooming skills, just a touch,
Right.
So of course, acting seductive as she adjusts said hair, the adjustment of said hair. So James here,
just a little tuck,
little tuck, not enough nip. So. James is dry heaving. I mean, I'm talking like Dana Carvey show dry heaving. I'm talking like Steve Carell and Stephen Colbert just doing like the old day. Have you're right. You never. I keep telling you watch that the Too Funny to Fail documentary where they show you the stuff from the Dana Carvey shows. There's this routine for the Dana Carvey show.
Oh, that is it on Amazon?
It's on Hulu.
Hulu. Okay, I'll check it out. That's
I love this thing so much, Tiki. It's such a great documentary. Anyway, my point is there's a gag from the Dana Carvey show that they showcase in there where basically Dana Carvey and Steve Carell, that's how Steve Carell kind of got his big break on the Dana Carvey show. Again, big being in quotes, but again, he eventually made his big break with The Office, but anyway.
Of course. Yeah.
Point being, there's this routine where they're waiters who basically are sickened by food, and essentially every time they're listing off the specials, like they don't like food, and they're like throwing up by every average. It's really funny. It's like really kind of Andy Kaufman style comedy on the Dana Carvey show. It's really funny. So, point being, so he's dry heaving like that. He's like, ooh, ooh. And of course she's asking, "Are you sure you're okay?" And he's like, it's just mid heave. Are you sure? Like, she's not picking up on any of this.
I love his tank top is like getting all astray, and you can see like his nipple poking out of his shirt.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's see. Do you mind me sitting here? And of course, we have this. Again, we have the POV kind of goddess shot here, like she's all aglow, and they have music and everything playing like that. It's just like, oh god, we're putting her on a pedestal. Basically, he's getting like he's like a mirage almost. Like, I know it's a cactus, but from afar though, it's hope. Then of course he snaps at it. No, I don't mind. You're beautiful.
You're beautiful. You're beautiful.
Exactly. He's willing to put, basically the pros outweigh the physical cons in his eyes at this moment here. But you know what? Deal breaker or not, I'm going for it, man. Look at her from a distance, man. She's gorgeous. So she asked for some of his water. The music continues here, and of course, when the music it's almost like the Jaws. It's kind of like a Jaws equivalent of comedy here. When the music starts, and we play that wild thing, the music starts, and then something bad happens. So the poor girl literally, in a sense, folks, the poor girl falls to pieces in more ways than one.
God.
So, but this is the SNL thing. This is when it really dawns on me. This is it's very similar to that librarian sketch because basically Margot Robbie, like pieces of her start to fake teeth and pieces of hair and the whole nine. Like she loses things and that way. My favorite is like straight up murder. Anyway, you have to see it to know what I'm talking about.
Oh God. Okay.
Anyway, point being. So this is the first the false breast padding just kind of falls out there. The first, I don't want. No, it's not an implant. I forget what you call this sort of thing. It's only like fake false padding.
Yeah,
falls out.
Won't know, folks.
All right, folks. Anyway, so then the wig falls, and there's that shows you that went the extra mile. Here's what I'm really impressed with JGI with here. Is the effect great? In hindsight, where they are now, probably not. But still, the fact that they went there really impressed me. They went the extra mile, and that the wig falling told you everything you needed to know. But then she goes down to pick up the wig, and again, Piper isn't wearing the bald cap. She went the full mile, man. She went the extra mile. Did it look great? Probably not, but does it show you?
Convincing enough.
It is. You're right. It's convincing enough. It's brief. It's a non-issue. What I'm saying, I'm just kind of equating to the early JGI things where they've gotten better over time. Now it might look a little better. Anyways, I'm going to no!
I think production value-wise, this one is heads and shoulders above something like Real Life at Ash Ketchum, where they're shooting literally in Joshua Thomas's living room with the Mark Sipka waiter.
Here's the thing. You're right about that. That one, that's very glaring. I still always go to Monsters Drink. Monsters Drink is always the go-to for, like, when Poncio is a monster.
Monsters Drink is like, if I had one pick for a JGI sketch that should be remade, I think
Yeah,
Monsters Drink would be on the list. I think.
like same performers, man. Just get them all. But
Uh,
what I'm saying
uh.
is just we gotta doll up Poncio more, man. We just put him in a hula skirt and some face paint. That ain't a monster.
Right.
Anyway, so let's see. Of course, I mean, you look at Monsters Drink Poncio, and then you look at the Beast or Cat
Oh
Lover.
my
That's what
God!
I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You see where they went with it, man. That's what I'm talking about. Anyway. So okay, then so Hasagar's going no, very hilarious. Just him just going absolutely forget the facade. No, no. Oh God! So we delivered, this great. There's a superficial moral here about that sets him back here. We deliver the moral that you shouldn't be superficial, kids. It's not the way to be. And of course, she introduces herself just to kind of just dig the knife in more. Tiki, what is this girl's name?
Kim.
That's the final insult. Then he's throwing up water at this point. He's just Reggie. He can't hold back anymore. That's the trifecta. We're done. And oh God, it's just.
It is a pretty good rule of threes, Dragon, now that I think about it.
I believe like the post-credit gags, like we have some of the false breasts just floating in the pool.
Just floating in the pool, yeah. All right. So overall, Dragon, I think this is a pretty decent sketch. I by no means do I think it's one of JGI's finest or anything, but I honestly think some of it is a little bit gross out for the sake of gross out, and I'm not a big fan of gross out humor. But I think some of the some of the false pretenses that Sagar kind of goes through is it's a pretty funny sort of compare and contrast, like expectations versus reality. And on that level, it does kind of have the beats and timing of something like an SNL sketch. So I enjoyed it well enough. I just, Dragon, I'm very curious about the last one, the one at the bottom of the grab bag, because you warned me about it.
I did, and I still do. Before we get there, so I guess final thoughts for me then. Final thoughts for me. This sketch, it's short, it's direct, accurate, but let's probably wouldn't cut it in today's PC culture. If they were to make this today, they probably wouldn't make this today. Let's be honest. I don't think you can make a sketch like this today. The message is in life we want. I think if you digged a little deeper, in life we want instant solutions. For to kind of get over our troubles, and sometimes that leads to horrifying repercussions. Again, a theme that with JGI relationship sketches in general. Again, I'll turn you to a Robostitute, for example. Look for the easy fix. Horrifying repercussions. In this case, you want the superficial thing. You want a girl, but you're not going to take the faults. And if you're going to rush out there, you're going to get instant solution. Not all that glitters is gold, my friend. That's the moral of the sketch here. It's a slippery slope to compromise. That's kind of the big takeaway. It's slippery slope to compromise, and not all that glitters is gold. Point being.
All right. So, Dragon, tease us up for the unofficial series finale.
Well, folks, I'm gonna put it to you this way, folks. We're going so far back. It's a JGI sketch that really doesn't even have a title. Really, it's very. In that sense, it's like that. It's that direct, folks. It's like just get your phones ready, kids. That's all I'm going to say in terms of guessing this one. So it's back before you even have like a proper name for a sketch. It's a sketch is full of like so much leftover stuff. It's like we didn't really have a name for it, but we just want to do some funny stuff. That's pretty much the sketch, but still funny stuff. So we'll see how it goes. All right. Well, that does it for now. Dragon. That does it for now until the potentially final, at least for a while, reach into the dwindling. Just Giggle grab bag.
Oh God, Kim! Please don't kill Kim! Oh God! Oh, we're praying for you, Kim Wexler.
Oh my!
This is gonna age in a week, but I don't care.